Good morning. Hope you're having a great day. It's been a while since I've been able to walk outside and do Dvar Torah. The weather is warm. It's feeling hopeful. Spring. Anyways, on to the parsha. So, I'm not sure if you know this, but from when Moses is born, in the beginning of Exodus, in the first portion of Exodus, Shemot, every single portion in the Torah has Moses mentioned in it. After all, it's called Torat Moshe, the Torah of Moses. And he is at the epicenter of the Torah as God's messenger to the Jewish people. Until his passing in the last portion of the Torah. The one portion where Moses' name is not mentioned is the portion that we're reading this Shabbat, Shal Parshat Tetzaveh, which speaks all about the service in the Holy Temple. And there's many interpretations of why Moses' name is not mentioned in this week's Torah portion, but I'll share one today that I think really speaks to the point of the Jewish people, especially since October 7th. So when you read this week's Torah portion, you read and you notice that the primary focus is Aaron and the service that Aaron, the high priest, and his children did in the Holy Temple. And the rabbis say that Moses turned to God and said, this is Aaron's week. Let him have the limelight. Let him shine. I'll take a step back so the focus could be on Aaron, who has the service in the Holy Temple on this Shabbat, on this week, and I'll take a seat back. If you remember back in the beginning of Exodus, when Moses is asked by God to be the leader to take the Jewish people out of Egypt, Moses is worried and he hesitates. And one of the reasons he hesitates is because he says, I don't want to hurt Aaron. Aaron is older than me. He's the oldest in the family. And if I usurp him and take the leadership, I might hurt my brother. And God tells him, no, you'll see that Aaron will be happy. And when you read the text, you realize that when Moses comes to greet Aaron, Aaron comes out happily and joyfully celebrating his brother being the leader. And this culminates in this week's Torah portion with Moses, who is the epitome of leadership, having the sensitivity and allowing his brother Aaron to have the limelight and the shine. And it's interesting because when you read Genesis, the entire Genesis is replete with sibling rivalry. Cain kills his brother Abel. And then from there we go on to Isaac and Ishmael, to the point where Ishmael has to be sent out of the home. Then you have Esau and Jacob, the blessings, and then Jacob has to run away that his brother shouldn't kill him. And then of course we have Joseph and his brothers who's literally sold into slavery. But when it comes to Exodus, we read what true brotherly love is. The love that Aaron displays to Moses when he's chosen as the leader, and the sensitivity and the love that Moses displays to Aaron in this week's Torah portion by his name being omitted so Aaron could be in the limelight. And you know, the rabbis tell us that we are like brothers. You know, back in Genesis when Cain kills Abel, what does the Torah say? When God comes to speak to Cain, he says, the blood of your brother is calling out from the earth. And the rabbis interpret it to be as the Jewish people and the responsibility. Arevim kol Yisrael zeh b'zeh. Every Jew is responsible for another, that when we see the pain and the hurt or the joy of a brother or a sister, we have to be there because they're our family, they're our brothers and they're our sisters. And what an awesome way to be able to learn from Aaron and Moses of how brothers should behave. There's this story about this father who was on his deathbed, and he called his children and he gave each one of them a stick and he told them to try to break it on their knee. And each of them took the stick and they put it on their knee and they broke it. And then he gave them each a bundle. And he said, try to break these bundle of sticks. And each one put it on their knee, but instead of breaking the sticks, they were hurting their knee. And they're looking at their dad and like, what's your message? Is this your final message you want to give us? And the father looks at his children and he says, what I wanted to teach you is like this, that when you're united, when you're in a bundle together, then you can't be broken. But when you're singular, then you could be broken. We are all brothers and sisters. And we can learn from Aaron and Moses and their relationship of how they supported each other, loved each other, and celebrated for each other. And if we do so for each other as the Jewish people, we will merit to be strong, to be united, and to be unbreakable. Have a great day.